Alignment is about understanding you're always evolving. Everything that happens is for you, not against you. Every challenge is to allow you to access the next level of your brilliance, the next level of abundance, and the next level of beautiful. So if a relationship needs to end, even while you are in alignment, you allow it because you know more beautiful relationships are on their way. So you keep letting go of that which no longer serves you. So that's alignment. Yes, inner and outer world are now vibing, and it doesn't feel like a separation between close my eyes on my meditation mat, open my eyes, and live the fullness of my abundance. Where are you on your journey to your best self? This is one of the most important questions. And I'll tell you something. There were many, many years where I was stuck in seeking phase. In the last podcast, I was sharing my 6 stages of evolution, human evolution. The thing that I think is a tool to help humans understand how to climb that ladder of inner growth and personal growth success. So in today's podcast, I want to cover the other 3 stages of human evolution. And if you didn't watch last week's episode, then you really want to stop this video right now. Go ahead and watch last week's episode so that you can be totally in alignment with what's happening this week when I share the other 3 stages of evolution. So as I covered last week, the first one is sleeping. That is where people are in a state where they do not question anything. I've expanded on these first 3 in last week's episode. The second one is awakening. The third one is seeking. So after you have been seeking, you move to the 4th stage of evolution, and that is integration. So in the integration phase, the attention will just slightly shift, right? In the seeking phase, all the energy went to inner healing, inner transformation, developing a powerful connection with yourself, raising your frequency, raising your game, and playing a much, much bigger game in the world. Yes? Now, in this stage of integration, you now know that you are worthy of the very best that life has to offer. You now know that you came into this world with nothing and that you could leave with nothing. You now know that you are contributing to what you're creating in your life. So you embark on a journey to start creating a life that's more aligned with your new inner state of well-being that you have secured yourself in the seeking phase. Yes? So in the integration phase, you start to work on your relationships with your parents. You start to work on your relationships with other people. You work on cleaning up and clearing the relationships that don't serve you, letting go of the ones where you see you've outgrown. Yes, developing new relationships with people that are more aligned with your values and how you want to operate and move in the world, right? And then, of course, you are able to start operating in a completely and utterly new way with these external adjustments, because you're not doing this to try to fix yourself or to try to get something out of it that you don't already have. In the seeking phase, you've understood that peace is your birthright. And when you sit in the center of who you are, you feel abundance, you feel wholeness, and you feel oneness, and you feel full and overflowing. So everything you do in the integration phase is about having fun. It's about experimenting with what you can create. It's like you've discovered that you've got superpowers. Yes. And now you want to use those superpowers. You've discovered that you're a magician and you want to create magic. Yes. You've discovered that you can soar and fly high and create your dreams. And now you want to soar and fly high and create your dreams. So I didn't know that I had to move out of seeking into integration. So I got stuck in seeking phase, yeah, which is a state of feeling like you've awoken, you know more about yourself, you know more about the world, but you're not living the life that's truly aligned with your biggest desires. You are used in the seeking phase, you are happy as life is. You learn to appreciate the small things in life. Your ambition to get more and have more and be more, it kind of disappears because you feel that wholeness coming from within. But why you can get stuck there is because you're not stretching yourself to understand your full potential. Yes, we have so much potential to create and to play that until you understand that no, there are other stages after seeking, it is easy to get stuck in seeking and then have a moment where you go, what's really happening here? So let me tell you how getting stuck in seeking looked like in my life. It looked like this. It looked like I became financially dependent on my husband because, I didn't understand that I needed to do more work on my money mindset, gaining financial independence, and living more independently as a woman and trusting that I could make abundance of money using my gifts and my superpowers. I didn't intend to become financially dependent on my husband because I wasn't that way when he met me. But as we started living together and he started taking more and more over the role as the breadwinner, and I started taking the role as the home carer and taking care of our home, it just kind of like we slipped into this, I would say, unconscious, stuck place where from everyone outside looking at our lives, we look like we had it made. I personally had all the free time to do whatever the freaky, yes, beep, 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 I wanted, okay? And I did. I created artwork. This is one of my art pieces behind me. I developed fashion. I designed clothes and had them made. I did my music project because I love music and I got into that. I gave meditation classes. I did healing sessions with people. So, yes, I was living an extraordinary life, but I knew inside of me that I had so much more to untap, so much more of my brilliance, so much more of my light, so much more of my wisdom. And I knew that I had to reach more people and help more people discover what I discovered about freedom and love and connection and peace and all of that juicy stuff. So I started to find myself starting to feel really frustrated at one point. Yeah. With all that wisdom I had, with all that work I'd done on myself, and with all this beauty that I'd created, I just kept on feeling something is missing. Yes, I need a new growth. I need a new, something is missing. And I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because maybe you are there right where I was. And so that was my 40th birthday. I'm 54 right now, right? So I had that honest conversation with myself. And I remember really taking like a decision to try to get some help. So I was reaching out to people. Basically, I was calling in a teacher. I was calling in the next level of my growth. And I know the value of having people support and hold my hand. And from 30 to 40, I didn't have any teachers. I was the teacher. I was the one that people came to for inspiration, right? But with 40, I knew that something else was needed. And so I called in a teacher. I remember getting this DVD collection for my 40th birthday that someone had given me, and I started listening to it, and it just started doing all of this amazing stuff inside of me where I understood where I'd got stuck. Yes, at some point in the last, like, let's say 5 years ago, I created the 6 stages of human evolution to help people like myself to keep moving forward in their spiritual growth journey and understand exactly how to move quickly so they don't have to take the time I did, because that's the point of great teachers, right? They give you tools so that where maybe they used up 10 years of their life to figure out some stuff, now you can use up 2 years, you can use up 1 year, you can use up 3 years, and you don't need to use up 10 or 15 years to figure stuff out. That's the joy of having great teachers. So in integration phase, you literally go to work. You roll your sleeves up and you start taking care of your external life so that you don't feel like you're living in duality, which is one part of you that's your inner world where you feel all of that yumminess, all of that beauty, all of that connectedness to yourself, to source, to peace and joy. But then when you stand up, your bank account doesn't reflect abundance that you want. Your relationships aren't giving you the nourishment that you deserve. Your lifestyle doesn't reflect who you really are and who you want to be. And so taking all of that spiritual power that you've now got and playfully learning how to use your energies more powerfully in the world, that is what integrating is all about. After you've done this work, you move into fifth stage of evolution, and that is what I call alignment. Okay, that means that your inner world and your external world are in harmony, right? So you close your eyes and you feel that peace and you feel that beauty, and you open your eyes and your life is reflecting that inner peace and that beauty. Your relationships reflect it, your bank account reflects it, and it's not about like this is forever, like your bank account is now going to be forever reflecting that, but you know how to create abundance that is beyond your wildest dream because you did it. So let's say even if something was to happen and you were to lose that for whatever reason, maybe let's say some self-sabotage patterns come up, maybe there's COVID happens and your business goes into a crisis, you know that you can build abundance because you did it. So it's like once you know how to ride a bike, you know how to ride a bike. You're never like afraid, like, oh my God, am I going to be able to ride a bike? And it's the same way in your personal growth. When you grow, you don't go backwards. You don't go backwards. Think about it. Does a seed who has become an apple tree wish to be a seed again? No, he's now a budding apple tree and he goes through seasons. Sometimes it's spring, sometimes it's winter, sometimes it's fall, sometimes there's abundance on the tree, but it is an apple tree. It has grown into its full potential, right? So I want you to understand that in the same way, when you go into alignment, it's not about your life is perfect now. It means that you have understood your ability to create. It means that you've understood your ability to shift from victim mindset to empowered mindset, from lack to abundance, from surviving to thriving, from feeling disconnected and alone to feeling fully connected and expanded. So this is alignment when you can live on planet Earth feeling like you belong here, feeling like you understand how to navigate life's pathways, life's challenges with grace and ease. Maybe sometimes it won't feel so grace and ease. Maybe sometimes you'll feel like slapped in the face. COVID certainly brought me to deeper lessons that I needed to learn and deeper challenges and experiences. But one thing that I can say is there was never a moment in all of it where I thought I'm going backwards. Alignment is about understanding you're always evolving. Everything that happens is for you, not against you. Every challenge is to allow you to access the next level of your brilliance, the next level of abundance, and the next level of beautiful. So if a relationship needs to end, even while you are in alignment, you allow it because you know more beautiful relationships are on their way. So you keep letting go of that which no longer serves you. So that's alignment. Yes, inner and outer worlds are now vibing, and it doesn't feel like a separation between close my eyes on my meditation mat, open my eyes, and live the fullness of my abundance. Then there's the last stage, which is I call it the stage of contributing. Yes, this is the stage where the only limit is your imagination. Yes, you're no longer living in fear. You no longer live in doubts about your capabilities and your possibilities. Now, what do I mean? I don't mean like you never have any negative thoughts. The negatives come and you're able to release them and let them go. Yes, negative experiences come and you're able to release them and let them go. Positive experiences come and you can lean into it. You're not scared to have too much fun in case the next minute a challenge comes. You're able to dive into all of the beauty and feel it as it's happening. In the contribution phase, you live in the power of the now. You live as if each day is a work of art that deserves your very best. You give not because you're trying to show or get something or look at me, I'm giving here, I'm giving there, I'm giving so much. You give because it comes from your overflow. Yes, you give because it's part of your purpose or bigger mission or the way that you show love in the world. Yes, you're not looking for validation. You're not afraid to lose because you understand you have nothing to lose. You never owned anything. You came into this world with nothing. You're going to leave with nothing. None of this matters. It is a game. And in the contribution stage, that is deeply, deeply understood. And so you're able to allow life to unfold as it's unfolding. You're able to call back your anger or your frustration or your pain when it shows its ugly head and wants to consume because something that you couldn't control happened and your little human feels hurt, right? So in the contribution phase, you can take your little human and you can love yourself as you are, not as look at me, I'm a saint, I'm such a good person, I'm such a wonderful person, I need to keep up this mask so that everyone thinks I'm amazing, and blah, blah, blah. You guys understand what I'm saying, okay? You are authentic and you are natural and you understand that there is nothing to prove. As my beautiful coach Lisa says, nothing to defend, nothing to prove, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. So you're able to really step into your highest embodiment of love. In contribution, you understand that your energy, your light will contribute more than anything you say or do, than any amount of money you're going to give to someone, than any amount of words you could say to someone. Your energy, how you show up in energetically in the world, yes, that is your contribution, your joy, your peace, your well-being, your ability to love yourself fully, completely, and utterly, and then spread that contribution of acceptance and love to those that come and have the, I would say, grace to be in your presence. So these are the 6 stages that I have created. There's also free gift on this exact training, so you can listen to it. We have created a great workbook that allows you to identify which stage that you're in. So I encourage you to, go to my Instagram and find my free offering of this in an in-depth training so that you can really understand it more. As I said, with a workbook, it's also in an audio file version and it's totally free. And that will give you an opportunity to find out exactly where you are in these 6 stages. And trust me, if your mind is saying, oh, no, I already know, chances are you don't, okay? Because here's the thing. As humans, we always want to be further than we are, right? Because there's so much competition in the world. There's so much like, don't be stupid, don't be an idiot. You've got to be clever, you got to be smart. So that desire to always show ourselves in the best light is something that is good, but not when it comes to personal growth work. When it comes to personal growth work, you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. Yes? You've got to be able to strip away that ego that wants to say, I'm already at stage 6. Meanwhile, no, that's not that. The truth is there's work to do to get there. Yes. So trust me when I tell you, And this is not a competition. This is not a hierarchy. This is not these people are down here and this person is here. This is linear. It's a baby that becomes a toddler, that becomes a young kid, that becomes an old man. None of them are better than the other. In my 6 stages, I like to use the seed analogy. There's a seed that has not sprouted, it's in the earth, and then at some point it awakens and it starts growing. It's seeking the sun, seeking strength, seeking wisdom. As it grows, it integrates. You see the leaves growing, and then it's growing in, maybe there's fruits that come off of that. So that is how these 6 stages work. No hierarchy, just simple tool to hack your emotional, mental, and spiritual growth so that you can move quickly. So you're not just running around in circles or wondering, where am I? Am I, am I actually growing? Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Share this because so many people need to understand these teachings. And I have such a pleasure to be with you on this journey. Most important thing I'm going to ask you is to please post in the chat, where are you on your journey? And, what do you think it's going to take for you to start moving into the other stages? Now, something that you need to know. So the stages isn't like, you're seeking and then there's just like in seeking, there is a beginning of seeking, a middle of seeking, and an end of seeking. Beginning of integration, middle integration. And so there is a scale within these stages. So that is something that I think will be helpful for you to know. Okay. Again, watch the masterclass that is free to get all of this juiciness and enjoy. Love you. Keep tuned. This is the Spiritual Rebel podcast. Love you and can't wait to see you in the next podcast. Love.